Hello everyone, very nice to see you this afternoon. I'm looking forward to spending some time with you, talking about some of the things that are important to us, maybe learning something about each other as well. I'd like to go around the room and start with just our names. My name is Sandy.
Jillian.
I'm Emily.
Jess.
Tony.
Again, very nice to see you. I'd like to remind you that this is our safe place, that we can talk about things and discuss things. We all have different ideas, so let's just take that all into account and appreciate each other's opinions. You have a blank sheet in front of you. On the other side is the lyrics. I'd like you to keep it on the blank sheet. And as you listen to this song, the song is called The Bottom of the Sea, which might give you some ideas as to what your picture might want to be about, or you might want to go totally a different route into it. But at the bottom of the sea is in the bottom of the sea, S-E-A. So without further ado, here is The Bottom of the Sea.
One, two, three, four. I've been to the bottom of the sea. I've seen all there is to see. Lower than the lowest lows. I've been in the bowels of the beast. I tasted bittersweet defeat. Higher than the highest heights. So swear your shoulders I've been doing something gay, wondering what it all could mean. What is the purpose? What is happening? So swear your shoulders
Okay, as you're finishing up your pictures, I'm just interested to see what you drew, and you can me some thoughts as to why you drew what you did. And would you like to start out? Yeah.
Alright, so heard the bottom of the sea, and also heard like the belly of the beast or something like that. Like I've been to so I started drawing the bottom of the sea, like the little cute stuff and things, but then like the belly of the beast seemed a little more scary, so I did a big monster, but he's still kind of nice.
The teeth?
Yeah, and he's got a little something on his teeth, because I had him like walking on the thing, but then it ate him because he had to get to the belly of the beast, so.
Oh.
But at the same time, I didn't think I didn't think he was a bad guy.
He's just foraging.
He just did his thing.
Yes. You're still kind of making some sketching. So.
I am, so that's okay.
Uh-huh.
I was on the same page. I went for the direct bottom of the sea.
Yes.
I did some sand people. Well, sand people. Sand and then sand dollars.
Oh, so that's the beach?
This is like the bottom of the ocean. Like this is all where all of the little creatures live.
Mhm.
But it's like it's a little more shallow because he's a scuba diver and I didn't have enough time to draw. Well, he's a snorkeler. I didn't have enough time to draw a scuba diver.
Okay.
So went for snorkeler because didn't have enough time to draw the ear. But
Didn't want to leave him stranded without it.
yeah, didn't want to leave my stick man in the water without any air. So
He's taking in some serious water there too.
he's nowhere near the surface. Well, there are times when you snorkel, you like take a deep breath and then you're
There
diving
you go.
out and then coming up. Like you don't have that far to go.
Absolutely.
Only a couple inches of water.
Yes. Yes.
But I was going to draw a beast and go down the lines that Emily did and draw a beast, but I also didn't have enough time because I drew everything in purple after the music ended. So I just went with some stingrays instead.
Okay.
That's all.
Well, I went for a little bit more abstract.
Yes. And I'm really
Um,
interested to see what
Yeah, so when I think about I'm kind of scared of open water. And I know a lot of people like to think of, like Little Mermaid and all these people having a party down at the under the sea, that kind of thing. I kind of see it as like an abyss. And so I just drew these lines just like funneling down towards this like glimmering like I don't know, scary place.
So is this an aerial view that we're
No,
seeing?
but like I don't know, like I kind of see it like a hallway almost, maybe,
Yeah,
or
when you turn it like that, it does.
I don't know. Like, it's just like very distant and very mysterious because I just feel like I think the sea is kind of like our outer space on Earth. It's just really scary.
So I'm curious, like the lines, that are on either sides of your door, stuff like it's really
It's supposed to be like perspective,
yes.
like looking in. I don't know.
Did the music kind of give you that
I don't think
feel, or just the thought of the sea?
just the thought of the sea.
Julian.
Okay, funny. Tony and I keep making connections. You mentioned Little Mermaid, and I can flounder. So, no, I literally did the bottom of the sea, but when I was thinking of the belly of the beast, I kind of drew like a dark undersea cavern cave thing. So we had some cute little fishies and a lot of kelp.
For my picture, my fish are talking. Ooh. So I'm not a great artist anyway, but I just kind of draw all my fish the same way. This fish is just questioning. This fish here says, "Why am I a fish?" This fish here says, "All I can do is swim." And then this fish says, "I love being a fish." So just, if fish could talk, what would they say? I have a couple of questions. Who thinks that the singer has been to the bottom of the sea?
Like literally or figuratively?
Literally. Do you think the singer has actually been to the bottom of the sea?
No.
Who thinks it is
Let's
figurative?
see if it works for National Geographic.
Yes.
So who figuratively thinks that the singer believes he's been to the bottom of the sea and, on the other turn, has been in the bowels of the beast?
Yeah.
Can someone define what bowels are? Does anybody have a
Bowels, like,
correct definition of bowels?
it's like your innards. Digestive innards.
Intestines.
Like intestines.
Right, that's like the actual biological definition.
Yeah.
Have any of you ever felt in your lower region or your bowels a physical response to something external? And if you have, give me like an example of what. Emily, you're nodding your head. Do you?
Yeah, I mean, like, just like anxiety and like fear and like dread and like you're gonna see that person you don't want to see and because you had a fight and you just don't want to deal with that circumstance and you know you're gonna see them with this thing and the anticipation of like seeing them is like
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody else?
Kind of going along the lines of that, in high school, when I was thinking about breaking up with my boyfriend because we were just too different, I got so much anxiety and stress about it, like my sides started to hurt and like my abdominal region started to hurt. Like it hurt for like probably 2 or 3 weeks. It was bad. So
Even after you
after it took a day or two, but it was because it was like I had been contemplating it for about a month, and it was that. Am I gonna do the right thing? Is this really the best for both of us and stuff like that? So it was like all of that. Like after the fact, it took a day or two just for my body to like fully register that the stress was gone. But yeah, it was a couple weeks leading to.
Any other examples? Yes.
When you're giving a final presentation in class, like this morning at 8:30 a.m. after song meetings.
And now it's over.
Yeah.
Until things out.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mostly.
Yes.
The pizza from last night.
Oh,
is
okay.
upsetting my stomach, but it's different vowels. So different part of the abdominals.
Any other examples of just the bowel? I know we don't talk about bowels very much, but that's a place that you can really feel some intense emotion there. Who would like to go to the bottom of the sea?
Depends on where we're talking, like a shallow sea or like that I want to do. We don't want to do it in the submarine. I don't want to do it.
Oh,
The
yeah.
black abyss of the ocean.
Well, if you could actually breathe underwater, would that be something that you would like to do, is to go to the bottom of the sea?
If I could breathe underwater, the pressure wouldn't affect me.
Right.
Yes.
Let's
Right
say
in
all the
the ground.
circumstances were
Yes.
ideal for you to exist underwater without
I might
having
choose
to
a
come to
place.
the surface.
If I had backup. 'Cause I think there's big monsters
I was gonna say I think I'd choose a
that
lake.
like to eat seagulls.
Tony says Okay, so by a show of hands, let's kind of vote. Not that there's a right answer or a wrong
Yeah.
answer. Is the bottom of the sea something scary and bad? Or is the bottom of the sea something good and a place where you would like to exist? So let's see a show of hands for who thinks the bottom of the sea would be a place for bad things.
Well, yeah, like we're talking like Mariana.
I'm gonna
Trench.
say yeah. Okay, and then how many things the bottom of the sea might be? You know, like Nemo and
Yeah,
and a
like
flounder.
As long as they don't drown, then
Yeah,
yeah.
have a mermaid.
Yeah, if I'm a mermaid.
How many of you think both? Have a healthy respect for both. Okay.
If I'm not a mermaid.
What do you think, Toby?
then it's
It's scary.
It's just too scary.
I don't like it.
If you're a merman, you
No.
might feel differently.
No. You can't see anything down there. It's just like,
All right.
There are
fish.
The next,
Anglerfish.
there are.
yeah, they're
Exactly.
scary.
You can stick
You
with
can
those
see-
buddies.
You can see it underwater.
Scary teeth.
Next question. Okay, well, you guys back in here, you're out of control. The bottom of the sea, could you look at it as being a place to throw the things in your life that you would like to get rid of? As in the picture of, let's toss into the bottom of the sea
Yeah.
this circumstance, this, could you see that?
Yes.
Okay.
So
And
in
then-
a way, you're like likening it to like the shadow.
Right,
You know, like,
yes, exactly. So if you say, I'm gonna throw this to the bottom of the sea, it's pretty much done, it's over, it's out of your mind, it's taken care of, or it's out of your control, and you're not really gonna let it affect you anymore. So do you, this brings up, you know, since you said dark,
Yeah, but that's like the problem with the like I'm talking about like Jungian like shadow self, you know. And I think what you're saying is true. A lot of times we think we can like throw bits of ourselves into there, but eventually, in order to incorporate our whole self, we have to deal with those bits again.
Yes.
Like I heard there was a quote. It's like we spend like all of our years until we're like 20 or something, like putting stuff into the bag, like stuff that we don't want to be part of ourselves, and then we spend the rest of our lives trying to pull stuff back out of it. Because we put good stuff in the bag too. We put stuff like strength and like courage and like love and a lot of things we put in the bag because we think we're not supposed to feel like that.
That's
So-
a great analogy. I like that.
It's just like when you said like putting it into the ocean, like I immediately was thinking like, but when do you get it back? You know, when do you have to deal with it, and do you have to go down all that way into the scary bits to then face that so that you can incorporate it into yourself and be a whole person?
Right.
You know?
I once heard, this was just a couple of weeks ago, that there are times in your lives where you will be hidden, like HIDDEN, hidden as in your gifts, your talents, who you are as a person might not be recognized. So, okay, we're all nodding over. So Jillian, what do you think about that?
Oh, that's so true. Because in high school, there was a girl who literally, she breathed, she got an award for it. She could do no wrong, even though she did wrong. And like, it sucked in a way because we both played the same instrument. We were both at the top of the class. Like, I wasn't like top, but I was high up there in class numbers. But like, you know, she always beat me out for everything, which, you know, I wasn't going to take her talent away, but it was literally, she, like, oh, everyone clapped, she sharpened her pencil, it was literally ridiculous, she always got noticed, so it's like, for the longest time, like, no one even knew that I was, like, that decent at my instrument. It wasn't until my senior year, they're like, oh, you got accepted to a concert, oh, you have to be good. It's like, I could have told you that a year or two ago. But it was just kind of, yeah, it, like, for pretty much since the 5th grade until like senior year of high school. And I mean, I wasn't the only one. In fact, there's a lot of other smart and talented kids that they didn't get hardly any recognition for, and they should have. So,
Jess?
I mean, different times in my life, I've been kind of like put in a box by other people for different things. Like in high school, I didn't have a problem with getting solos, but when it came to friends, like I didn't really have any real friends at all. Like everyone just judged me as a goody two shoes, and that I would just tattle on anyone, even through my senior year. Like I still had that view, and so no one wanted to really like be my friend in a deep sense. Like everyone would talk to me because they knew I was nice, and then when I got to college, I had real friends, but not a single person except my voice teacher would even acknowledge the fact that I had musical ability. No one. My roommates and friends and stuff, but I mean that it didn't really help when I had solos my like whole life, and no one recognized it in college. It was awful. Like I was a part of a jazz combo, and I don't know why, but the other girl who was singing in the combo with me, she was a senior, I was a junior. She's like, well, all combos, like, everyone always just, like, sits on the stage, and whenever it's their turn, they go up and do their thing. I'm literally singing one song out of, like, an hour and 20-minute program. I don't want to sit on stage for an hour and 26 minutes when I'm only singing one song. But she won, of course, but she was also singing 5 songs. And so, I got up to sing my song, but beforehand, one of the drummers came and sat next to me, and he's like, doing? Like, what are you doing in this program? Like, you've been sitting here for like an hour. What are you gonna do? I'm just singing next solo. But that's it. Like, and so, it was really hard on me. Again, the theme of the day, Taylor got me through it. Because she and I would just sing Disney princess songs in our dorm room. But, yeah, and then I got into here, and everyone was like, blah, blah, blah. And then all my friends were like, why didn't you get any solos in college? Long story short.
I can sense, frustration from both of you, and I can definitely identify with that frustration. you too, Emily? Does it?
Sure, yeah, sure. Yeah, I think with each group that we're a part of, like, it's really hard to find a group that recognizes and has a place for all of our strengths. And so I think that's what we are ultimately looking for and questing for. And so I think along the way we find a lot of places that recognize a lot, or a majority of them, or a part of them, or a part that hasn't been recognized before, or something like that. And so we're all kind of like whittling our way into like that space where we can really be fully ourselves, and we're confident in who we are, and you know, maybe so much the other people's idea of us doesn't matter so much as just being our true selves. And I know that that's been a long journey for me, and I'm sure it will continue. You know, it's not like a type of thing, but it is a process, and I do feel like I'm walking down that road, you know. So
Yes. Tony, you?
no drama stories to share.
I think this goes. Yeah, I think this goes back to women hold grudges and men are just like,
Women's size
It's
each
all
other
good.
up, too.
Give us some wisdom.
Yeah.
yeah,
I don't know.
give us some
Like,
male wisdom.
I mean, I play clarinet, but like most people are like, oh, you do music, play something on the piano, or you use guitar, play something on the guitar. Clarinet.
She loves clarinet.
Like not even jazz clarinet. Classical clarinet. I'm like, oh, you want Mozart? Okay. But I don't know anything else. And like, I'm fine with that. I've come to terms with it.
Yes. All right, well, last thing, I'd like you all to close your eyes. Don't fall asleep. Think of one decision that you need to make right now. One decision that's maybe pressing on you. Imagine yourself making this decision. And remember, inside of you is the answer. Even though you might not think it is, you have it within yourself to find the right answer. So you imagine yourself making a decision. Now imagine what the outcome of that decision is going to be. And the rest of all the stuff that you feel crowding in on your mind, all the little chatter monkey voices in your head, get rid of them, throw them in the bottom of the sea. Let them go to the bowels of the beast, and you just go with what you need to do and what you know is true. Open your eyes. Thank you all. These desks just make everything so